Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about really right stuff tripods. Big one, small one. Which one should you go for? Let's go. So I've gone for a couple of years, well, it's probably about 4 years ago or so, I went for this. This is the TVC-33. I think it's got 3 legs, it's the 3L I believe. Comes out about, I'll put all the specs and stuff in the description box below or on the video, but it's got the quick release lever. It's got the lever release head, which I find absolutely amazing. This head is the BH55 head with the lever release. I find that a lot easier when you're out hiking or whatever you're doing your landscape photography. Your hands are generally quite cold, and to just flick that lever like this is so much easier than twisting a knob, especially when you've got cold hands. So I've gone for that one on the big wide one, and the recent one I just got, the TQC. So yeah, I find that the release lever is a lot simpler, especially if you've got cold hands. We've always got gloves or something on. Even with gloves on, it's a lot easier to flick that on. It's an Arca Swiss obviously type head. Both have, I think this one, the BH55 has a level built into the top of the actual head. This TQC doesn't have any level in it whatsoever, but most cameras now have obviously built-in levels, electronic levels built into them anyway. So that's the main difference. Size-wise, I will do a close-up of them, but I mean for travel, I can take this one on a plane. That's why I got it recently for travel, because this one was just becoming so big to travel with. It was just absolutely insane. I've also gone for the option of the spikes from Really Right Stuff. That's just when you get to a spot, if it's rocky or if it's muddy, you just stab it into the ground. You know you've got a good purchase on the ground. I'd highly recommend doing that to any tripod you've got, regardless of it being a Really Right Stuff tripod. Highly recommend getting the spikes. I've also got I'll show you the bags. So I went for the bags as well. So this is for the small Really Right Stuff TQC-14. That fits in perfectly. The only thing it doesn't do is, be aware, is when you've got spikes on, I'll probably show you actually, look. So if you wouldn't leave your spikes on all the time, and when you've got your spikes on, it doesn't actually quite fit. So that's the only annoying thing. So you've got to obviously take your spikes off, put the rubber feet back on. That's on both of them actually, that's the only annoying thing. But apart from that, I would highly recommend getting the bags. The bags are extremely well built. They've got pockets and stuff in them. I store the spare feet and obviously the Allen key and a few other tools inside the bag. You've got a space for business cards or whatever you want to put in here. So you can slop in, whatever you want to put in there, really, business cards or just travel details. If somebody was going to travel with this on a plane, you might want to put something in there. But apart from that, absolutely fantastic, solid bags, well worth purchasing the bags. A bit like the Manfrotto bags, but much more robust, as you would expect. It's an expensive tripod. I know the Really Right Stuff tripods are a big investment, but you've either got, the way I look at it is, do you keep just buying the cheaper ones? I've got the cheaper ones. The one that we're using right now is a carbon fibre, is it a Benro? I think it's a Benro, but it's just not the same. It's like driving a Ferrari. If anyone's ever driven a Ferrari and then jumping in a Ford Focus, it's a completely different experience. Obviously you're going to keep replacing the Ford Focus. It's going to do what it wants to do. It's just going to hold a weight. But the Ferrari, you're going to remember that experience, and it's a solid experience. Likewise, say if you've got a decent size camera, I mean, if for the people that are actually buying a GFX, I know a few of my subscribers actually bought a GFX recently. You're going to want something solid to put it on. It'd just be crazy to buy, nearly a 10 grand system, buy into the Fuji GFX system, 10 grand, whatever it's going to be, $8,000, what it's going to be, and then stick it on something that's not going to be able to hold it, keep it steady. The footprint of this, once it's fully out, I mean, if I extend the legs out, this is the 3-section tripod. It is absolutely humongous. Doesn't have a center column, but you can get a leveling center column. So if I put that out, you can just hear it. It sounds like a beast. So if I stand that up, I mean, once the camera's on, it's above eye level. It's perfect for having, if you're mostly on a hill for landscape photography, you'd obviously be this way, side on. You'd have one leg a lot longer. I was going to go for the 4-leg system, but then it's like even bigger. So this is like a happy medium between the 3-leg and the 4-leg system. You'd obviously lower these 2 legs for the hill and leave the long leg out. Then obviously the camera would still be about this height. So that's one advantage of going for a bigger tripod. Let's leave this one up actually, and I'll show you guys the difference. So let's undo this. Easy to undo. They're like a 1/4 turn thread. You haven't got to be there for ages doing it. Let's do this one up. Easy to, very quick to get out. There you go. So let's put that there. I'll put the heights and stuff up on the screen now. But initially, that's your height. Probably about, I don't know, 1/2 foot, just over 3/4 foot in difference. Obviously on this one I do have a column. I wouldn't recommend shooting like this because it's obviously very unsteady. But in that sense, this actually goes above this. But obviously it's not going to be as sturdy. Looking at the footprint right now, I'll do a close-up of the video and show you guys. That has got a massive footprint on it compared to the travel one. But obviously if I am traveling, or if you're traveling around the world, yes you'd like to take this, but it's humongous. It is absolutely humongous. It doesn't fit very well in your bag. You'd have to put it on the stowaway underneath the plane. Yeah, so here we go then, guys. So this is how I use it. So if your fingers are cold, which is probably what you're going to be using this for, you're using this for landscape photography generally. Quick release at the back, no knobs, no nothing like to worry about like that. Just in, out, done, locked. Obviously using the Arcus plate. On the bottom here, let's have a look at this. You get the, can you see that there? The numbers there rolling around. Starts at 0, obviously goes around to 360. Perfect for panos. Absolutely amazingly easy to do a pano. No guesswork. So yeah, you just get the numbers here. Under the legs, you either get your index finger around the back and just push that forward, or I just simply put it thumb and a finger, pull it out like that. So you get 3 different settings. You can take this center column out and actually put the tripod right on the floor, so get 3 or 4 inches off the floor. Just gives you a multitude of options, this tripod. This is my newest one. This is the TQC-14. So this is now the BH55. Extremely strong, can hold a lot of weight, this head. There's loads of reviews on YouTube about this head, but it's highly recommended. Comes highly recommended by a lot of other people. I've had this now for 4 or 5 years, never had any issues with any of this at all. A few people do not really complain, but there are a few issues of the legs becoming quite loose, but that's going to happen with any tripod. I always, once every 6 months or so, I come along with an Allen key and just give this a little tweak here. But that happens. That's just general maintenance on any tripod. You have to do that. So if you guys do get into salt water, come along, undo the thread, pull it right out, get to the end. See, you clean this, re-grease this, push it back in, do it back up, and you're good to go. Done. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. This has been a very quick, brief look at the Really Right Stuff tripod. There's tons of other reviews out there online. I didn't want to repeat and regurgitate information already out there. This is just my opinion of this tripod, or these 2 tripods. I believe that I've been to obviously the headquarters of Really Right Stuff. Absolutely fantastic customer service. As you know, I lost a few feet on travels and they gave me 6 new feet for free. You don't get that kind of customer service with most other companies these days, corporate companies. So from that perspective, the customer service is really good, which is what I look for. I wanted something that was light and that I could travel with, which is the TQC. The head can still handle the GFX and quite large cameras. If I'm using the 4x5, I do use this. I've started to use this now with the 4x5 just because it's more heavy duty head that I need to be able to handle the 4x5. But yeah, I've got no complaints with Really Right Stuff. If I did, I wouldn't even recommend it. I wouldn't be doing this video. This is literally just an overview of these tripods. They're not really talked about too much, but I think they should be. I think people, maybe because they haven't got much of a footing over in Europe. But I think they're amazingly well built tripods for the money. So yeah, I mean, for me, the only real options at the time were Gitzo and Really Right Stuff. I went into central London. I looked at the Gitzos, wasn't really keen. I then went back and ordered this 4 years ago. Was blown away by it, and then I went out to America just to see the guys like making it at HQ and actually get hands-on look and feel of this TQC, because I wanted to know, is it going to do what this does but a smaller version? That was my main criteria. I needed a small but strong, travel friendly tripod, and this has been amazing. I've been using this every week. It's kind of made this not redundant, not obsolete. There's still a purpose for this, but this is my go-to tripod now. I don't know what else to say, guys. If you can, get out to California, or if you're in California, just go up to San Luis Obispo and have a look. Go to the HQ, have a little play around and feel, and just check out the quality over the Gitzo range. For the people in London and UK or in Europe, unfortunately you're not going to be able to get to have a feel of them, because there isn't any shops that you can physically go and check them out at. But just mark my words, you won't be disappointed. Any Really Right Stuff tripod you go for, you will not be disappointed. Head range, I get quite a few questions about what head to go for. This is very extreme and very heavy duty. You do get tension, you are able to adjust the tension. This one you can't, it's literally on, off, and then obviously the panning motion. This one you can actually lock on and off and then adjust the tension in, I think it goes up to 10, I think. 1, 2, 7, yeah, it goes up to 9. Yeah, 9, it goes back down to 0. So that enables you to leave your head on it and still have a bit of movement in it, and you can obviously differentiate the tension within the head. Then obviously you've got panning as well, and a level. So the BH55 is a better head, but obviously that is not even going to fit on here, so it's a compromise. Just get out, have a little look at them and see what you guys think. That's pretty much it from me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.